Welcome back to the workshop. My name is Ben, and you'll see I have this beautiful like 9-foot ash tabletop. 2 boards, it's about 26 inches at the widest part, and they're ready for glue. So we've got a nice, relatively smooth flat finish on them. We'll glue it up and then we'll plane, we'll run the hand planes and a little bit of sanding to clean up the top. But so when it comes to gluing up something this big, like I said, it's almost 10 feet, 9 feet, something like that. The plans that I was referencing that I've modified for this top call for a hardwood spline all the way down. I'm going to do biscuit joints. We'll see how that works. And then the next thing is I don't have enough parallel clamps, and even if I did have enough parallel clamps, I have an undulating edge here which will be a little interesting as well. So the next thing I'm going to show you right now how to make these Wood River 4-way pressure clamps. So what they do is, I showed you in a previous video how to make clamping cauls with just scrap wood to clamp down and keep the thing flat. Well, the 4-way pressure clamps actually also clamp this way. They apply clamping pressure to the glue joint, and then they apply pressure to the flat surface to keep it flat. So I have these I have these clamps. They come as a kit. So these are the parts of them, and basically what you do is you take a 2x4 and rip it in half widthwise, and then assemble those on there. And so I'm going to do that right now. I'll show you. Let's take a look. So the first thing we're going to do is cut these down to length-ish. I'm going to go with about 32 inches because my workpiece is only 26 at the widest point. So I think that should give us enough room to get these all set up. Okay, now we come back, we've got our bag of hardware, and then we've got these plastic latches that we have to put on. And the directions tell us that we have to put on one long and one short on each piece. So it really depends on where you want your adjustment to be. I think the way they show in here is to have the clamp side on the long edge and the back tail on the short. So the next thing I am going to do, since this is soft wood, I'm going to pre-drill these. I'm going to offset it from the edge just a bit, like the width of this stop. Drop everything. Twice. There's one. Do the same thing. Offset the. Alright, that's one side. Flip over and do it again. Now remember, since I just flipped it that way, this end is now the front and gets the long one. This end is the back, gets the short one. Alright, now those are installed. The last thing we have to do is install these these soft faces onto the clamps. And those come with little itty bitty screws. So we're going to be real careful not to drop these twice. Alright, now these are spring loaded. So we'll see these in action here in just a little bit, actually, because I'm going to glue up this tabletop. And so my assumption, I've never used these before, we're going to find out. You lay it out like this, set your glue up, and then come in and put your other piece on top, get it set in and locked in place. So I'm going to finish the other 3 of these, and then we'll do that glue up. Okay, so super important thing about glue ups, doing a dry fit first, because that shows you, 1, you don't know how to use your new clamps. 2, it gives you the time to figure out how to use your new clamps, and then I'll let you know now how this happens. And then also, it helps you think through your glue up procedure. So basically what I'm going to do here, I'm going to flip my parallel clamps around so they're all going this way, and then as we clamp, once it's in glue up, I'll be able to stand it up. So, cool. So the thing with these beautiful little clamps is it's a real pain in the ass to adjust them as they're down here and trying to sneak them under. So 1, figuring out where your clamps need to be, and then since these are spring loaded, very carefully not smashing your fingers, place your first clamp, slide that under all the way to the edge there, and then on this end now you're able to sneak this one there we go, and then you can get your jaw set up. So get that ready to snug up, and then when you're ready, once you've got it glued up and the panel back in place, lift that up, slide it in, lift that up, slide it in, and then you just tighten it down. So that's pretty simple. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to take these tops off, I'm going to readjust my parallel clamps, and then we're going to put glue on. Clamps, the parallel clamps or the 4-way pressure clamps seem to be working really awesome. I was getting great squeeze out all the way down my glue joint just with the 4 clamps tightening up. So that was really nice, and also being able to keep them flat so when the pressure came in they didn't buckle. So that seems to be really good. Something that I didn't think about doing is either waxing the wooden clamps or putting like flashing tape or house wrap tape on the workpiece sides so that the glue from the squeeze out doesn't stick. So that could cause a problem in the future, but I don't think so. Hey, so that's how to put together the Wood River 4-way pressure clamps. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, if it encourage you to go out and get these clamps, or if you've already had them and you're struggling with using them, please hit the like button and subscribe. and really hit the notification bell because we've got a couple of series builds coming up, and you're not going to want to miss them. I think they're going to be pretty cool. So, until next time.